Johnson, and joining me today is Macie Mata, a local entrepreneur here in Charlotte and a former member of the Innovate Charlotte Venture Mentoring Service. So Macie, thank you so much for joining us today and chatting with us, telling us your story. I'm hoping that we can get started. For those out there who don't already know who you are, give us a little background on you and how you came to Charlotte and how you started your entrepreneurial journey.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. So like probably 50% of the transplants into Charlotte, or even more than that, I was brought here because of my financial career. I was in finance for 9 years, moved all over the place. This is actually my second time in Charlotte. So was in the Bay Area for a year, New York for a year, and now back in Charlotte, happy to be here. And that's also when I took the dive away from corporate and into entrepreneurship with my second round back in Charlotte.
Awesome. So tell us about when you joined the mentorship program with Innovate Charlotte. Your startup was called Maze, and that's actually how I first got to meet you at a very early Collective Hustle event. And so, so tell me a little bit about Maze. How did you come to start it? What was the concept?
Yeah.
And, what were those early days like?
Yeah, so as I just mentioned, I was moving quite often, and even before the cities that I just named, I was moving about every 2 years. And with that, came an entire new social group and a new way of doing things, and you have to make these new connections. Well, being a female, it was extremely important to me. I'm very particular with my nails. Right? I think that every female has their own thing in the beauty industry, but mine was my nails, and having to find a new nail technician every time, it was just a pain. You'd go to multiple salons and not be satisfied, and I'm very loyal, right? And I like great quality. I'm willing to pay for it. So also moving to San Francisco, when I didn't know anyone, if I had an event or something like that, having the ability to call someone to my house was something I was craving. Like, okay, I wouldn't even know where to start here in this city. Like, who could do my makeup? Do I just walk into a salon? All of those questions that just kept coming up and getting more as I grew in my career, and they just got more annoying or more bugging to me. Like, how can I just make this happen, right? So I moved back to Charlotte. I pitched this concept to my previous business partner, who we still partner together to this day, but she loved it. We ran with it and created this technology app to bring stylists to use, so all mobile beauty. And we started just with hair and then scaled out with customer demand to a full service salon. So from hair, nails, makeup, all the way to esthetician services.
Okay, so basically, I decide that I want my nails done. I don't have time to go to the salon. Someone's going to come to me and do it right wherever I am.
Yep, and it had a really cool Yelp effect. So you could get on the app, select the service that you want, and then all of the nail technicians that are within your proximity and willing to travel to you will populate. And they stack up, and they have a star rating. You can see their reviews. You can click on them and view their portfolio. It really keeps that intimate connection that you have with your stylist into play.
That's very cool. And so
yeah,
what made you decide to join the mentorship program though? How deep into Maze were you when you found out about it, and what was the draw for you?
So we were right around beta phase when we decided to join Innovate Charlotte. We had our head down for so long building out this technology and doing different testing and case studies and research, building our own internal team, right? That it was finally time to resurface and look around. And at that point, we realized we're like, okay, we need to dive right into the startup community, and we need to be surrounding ourselves with people to challenge our thought processes and that have done it before or that come from different angles, right? Like, we've been so embedded in our own business, it's nice to get someone from the outside looking in. So within creating this network of people in Charlotte, we ran into some of the people from Innovate Charlotte. One, of course, Igor, right? And just in passing, he was like, hey, I think this would be something, if you guys are interested, for you to apply for. And so we, with no hesitation, were like, absolutely, we're always looking for mentors and minds and all these things. So we went through that process, and it's a little nerve-wracking having all of the mentors stare at you while you do your big pitch to see if anyone's going to accept you. You're like, I don't know if we're good enough. There's a lot of them here. But it was pretty awesome.
That's great.